Hello Cancer, welcome to Tarot Predictions. I'm Rad and this will be your monthly tarot scope for March 2017. Now I run through your cards guys and this will be a challenging month. Now the first card for you people, that is the Seven of Pentacles. The second card is the Page of Swords. The third card guys, that's the Tower. And the fourth one, that's the blow here. It's the Ten of Swords. Well, like I said, a challenging month, Cancer. However, let's run through the cards one by one for career, relationship, and for those who are searching for love. So let's see what the month will present to us. So this card will mark the main issues in the month, and the card advises you first to be very cautious, especially with the efforts you give. Now it seems that you couldn't be that much optimistic for your projects and for the deeds you're doing at work, for the relationships with your co-workers, and for the main goal of your work. It seems that this month there will be set, the goal itself will be set on hold, and this is mainly because the main approach of the goal that you are working at your job, it needs to be renegotiated. It needs to be found a additional approach, a new way how the things has to work here. So it is essential this month that you can, if you can, to pull away a little bit from that creative activity, give yourself a little bit of rest, a little bit of time, you know, so you can think of how exactly you can achieve all those things. Because obviously if you go the same way you're going right now, it's not gonna give you the best results ever. It is also a mandatory for you to prepare yourself for some misfortunate circumstances which are about to happen with this card. So you got a lot of challenges here to conquer, Cancer, in your career, and it seems that they have to be very carefully analyzed, they have to be very carefully thought about, and the correct exact measures needs to be taken against them. The main priority for you should be the stability, and especially the stability of your working place there and the stability of the project itself, than the prosperity of your personal being, because after that it seems that you will get a lot busier if you are able to execute that particular phase properly here in March. So the second card is what will act in your disfavor, which means that what is there to obstruct you, what will be the negativity around you. And we have that person here guys, the Page of Swords. So probably a younger woman, which is Aquarius, Gemini or Libra, or it has one of these signs as ascendant. And she's really mean, and she doesn't give a really, her explanations, what I mean, they're merely theoretical, but they seem quite tempting to your supervisor. So it's basically how the particular job and work is wasting time and resources, following this person agendas, following their stupid ideas, their pointless arguments is what I like to say. And that's the thing, that this person, he doesn't do it from a bad feelings or on purpose. It is because that person, most likely a woman younger than you, it's learning, okay, it's learning, and she's trying to find also the solution, but her way, her approach is not really giving any benefits to the job. It doesn't give any solutions. It's just, like I said, her ideas are merely theoretical, and it doesn't give a real solution. So there is a big gap in where you are and where you want to go, and what stands in between is what she doesn't give you. So the right way to deal with this person is direct confrontation, direct conflict with them, arguing about the real actions that has to be taken. And this is what you need to do. This is why that the month will be challenging. It's because you got to argue with someone who has no clue how the things are done in your job. So the next card guys, it is what will actually help you there, and that is the Tower. So First of all, the tower here falls in place where it seems that regardless of the disadvantage you may find yourself at, or regardless of the flow of events that are not really turning in your favor, you will be able to adapt into them. You will be able to start building upon them in your career. And this card shows that it is about, you are about to embark a brand new way of thinking, where you have to sit in your place, and how you can find your prosperity into career world. So with this card, people may start leaving their jobs. This is what I'm trying to say. Cancer people may start realizing that this job is not exactly what really will give them prosperity in their life. It is not the job of their life, you know. And after that shaking your position, after that shake, even though you think that you will lose by losing your job, or by losing your project, or by losing the headline of the project, of being on charge of the project, you're actually winning here. And you're winning because after this period of turmoil ends, you will find yourself with a lot of freedom to do what you want to do, to do what makes you happy, to rebuild your estate regarding your career. So again, don't be afraid to do what you think is best and what you think is the right thing to do, because even if this is not accepted well from your supervisors, from the people that you're working at, even if you have to leave your job, you will find yourself in a much more pleasant environment after that, because you will be able to find a better job after that. But this leaving job, it's a quite drastic measure, and if you can, you should avoid it. Instead of that, try to rebuild the team. If you can, try to rebuild the opinion the people that has for you, because this card generally it speaks for destruction and rebuilding, and it is up in your hands how you're gonna do it. Again, leaving job, it is the last resort here, and but some will do it. Some will do it. And then we're having the Ten of Swords, guys, for your career, and this is the end of the troubles. This card here marks actually the end of the troubles. I know that some people will say, oh my god, I got the Ten of Swords there. Okay, so actually the Ten of Swords would have been extremely bad if here we had only positive cards, or at least these two were positive cards. But actually now it marks the end of that turmoil. Or what I can see in the card is only the sunshine that is rising, and this will go very aggressive. Probably at the end of the month you will say, you will just slam the table, say enough is enough, I will do it my own way, enough betrayal, enough treachery, enough people acting behind my back, and you will either reassign yourself, leave that project that serves you no favor, leave the job as I said, and aiming for something much better. And generally by this card saying that you just hit the rock bottom, and the only way for you to go forward is just upwards. So climbing the hole that you have fallen during this month, it seems that only prosperity is waiting you after that. So don't be afraid again to do what you think is best into your career, because it seems that you will have a lot of conflicts, especially with that person. And on top of that, you will feel very disappointed, because a idea of yours, something that you have devoted, give a lot of effort, it start turning into ruins, and it start falling apart, falling into pieces, and you can't do much about it apart from withdrawing from it and think of how you can in the future sustain it or bring it back into its feet. Okay, so that was your career, Cancer. Now let's go to your relationship again to run through the cards. So the Seven of Pentacles for your relationship, guys. That card will mark a period where you seriously start doubting either that relationship will work the way it is or not. Very painful card in one relationship, because it seems that the relationship itself now is slipping off, and it's kind of slipping off your fingers, it's slipping off your grasp, and you can't just stabilize it. So you may start feeling withdrawal from your intimate partner. You could be the one that will do the withdrawal here. It is very, however, essential to give yourself a time, or to give time to your partner. Let them think, let them see how the relationship itself is going forward. A very important thing also with this card is that unhappiness of what the relationship has become. So don't be afraid, again, to change certain routines in your relationships. That will be the main issue here. Where the relationship has reached, and how you can change the routine, swapping roles, adding adding additional activity into your go-to list, into your routine in the one relationship. But the most important thing here to avoid the unpleasantly of this card is creating surprises. Act spontaneously. Be someone who always search for the new way to express one's love. Now the negativity here, this is not a person here. I can see that it is only a scandals, confrontations, trying to prove oneself right in front of the other, ignorant for their opinion, for their points of view. This is what I'm seeing here with this card. And this could have also a positive effect, but later on in the future. So if you go too hard on trying to prove yourself right, you may initiate a temporary withdrawal from your partner, a temporary breakup, let's say that way, where they will just completely, cut the line and take some really time off. And under time off, I mean without texting, without phone calls, so they can really analyze your behavior and where you can coming from. But these arguments in these scandals, they could also have a cleansing effect, where the two people will say things usually they keep into silent treatment. So it really depends where where your confrontations will go toward, and how you will be able to keep yourself calm and calm your thoughts. Really think of what you're gonna say. This is the key here. Think before you say something, because a bad word can never be withdrawn. You say it once and that's it. It stays there forever. And what will work in your favor, guys? That's it, the Tower, and these, again, the Tower card, and these highly passionate times, these time of drastic change, drastic shift, which creates an instability, insecurity in one relationship, really gives you, either for some of you, either a time to think of that it's time to move on, or for some that will change the relationship on the ashes that they have created with destroying the old one. So that is a brand new way of living in one relationship. You can expect in March, people, for your relationship, Cancer people, that some things will not be the same. Now, of course, the impact will be different for every single one. For some, the impact will be into a field of the relationship where it's not that, it's not that painful. For others, will be quite painful. It depends on the personal situation. But the thing is that the relationship itself will change form, will change shape. And if you stick into it, it seems that the shape will be much more harmonious than before. It seems that you will feel the relationship itself much more as part of your routine, as part of your life, as part of oneself than before. For those, however, who cannot resist, who cannot endure that turmoil they are going to face, a new person will emerge, it seems. Some new experiences, some new empathizements, and some new flirting, and probably sex, a lot of it, because this is a passionate card. It is where this doesn't remind you of something, right? It is where you end up wounded, thrown up from one relationship, and just because you can't, you go to the first person, or at least to the one that you care for, you have some care for, and he does or she does have some care for you. You flirt, and suddenly you find yourself into so-called open relationship, at least at the start. Then we are having the Ten of Swords. As we said, that card is counted as breakup in one relationship. But does this will be the breakup of the relationship itself, or the breakup of particular routines in one relationship? So this card here finalizes and shows that nothing will be the same in your relationship, and you can either adapt to it, believe that the brighter future is coming, which is coming, or if it is just too much to you and the relationship goes nowhere and you just can foresee it's falling apart, then I can say that it is time for you to move on, even if it is painful, because that will kind of bring a fresh wind into your private, intimate life, and more freedom will be given to you. Basically, here this month, Cancer is about you finding your freedom and where your true happiness lies. And unfortunately, the card says that you will learn that the hard way. Then for those singles, I will really quickly run through those singles. So it seems that those singles, they will have doubts into their approach toward others at the start of the month. This will be the issue. So it is completely changing the way you flirt with people, completely changing the way you empathize with them, and completely changing the way of how you approach one that you are interested at. So what this will give you, it's probably one of your friends who will tell you how mean you are, how you are taking advantage of other people, you know, how you're playing with their emotions and with their feelings. But in reality, that's not true, because they're also playing with your feelings and with your emotions. This is what the love game is. It's a game of giving and taking. And if someone cannot understand that, they don't have a right to speak. So don't let someone to dictate the rules of how you are going to find your happiness. And then the Tower card falls, which it seems that you will have a meeting with someone, or you will be attracted with someone. Now the thing here with the Tower card is, when it falls into a particular position, guys, for those singles, you wouldn't actually start dating that person in the past until you have changed the way you approach people, you have changed the way you accept people, and you have changed the perception of what one should stand towards you. So basically, this is how someone who kind of didn't fit before into your standards of how the person should stand to you is now fitting, and that will really shock you. You will be amazed of what you like and what things you like in that person. And you will really give it a go here, or you should give it a go, because at the end, the Ten of Swords marks the end of that painful era. And though it will be involved with some certain pain, and here the pain will not be really emotional pain, but will be the pain of losing a freedom. Okay, so it is about you going and committing into someone, even though it still is not seen as a particular relationship. It could be just dating, hanging out. Still, you have to adapt your personal private time with his or hers, and this is where the pain will come from. And probably some disappointments are possible, where you make negotiations with him, or with her. You make an appointment, and they certainly calls you that has to pull it off because they have another things to do which are more important. That will come as a surprise to you and really could shock you. However, this is how you will understand that you do care for that person, and that will force you to search something better in them. So I really hope, Cancer, that you will be able to go through that turmoil and that hard times in March. So a lot of changes are about to happen in your personality and they are only placed by the universe at this month, so they can teach you that you are strong, in terms of that you are adaptable, that even something is breaking, you can still rebuild it, and you can rebuild it on your own accord. And no matter how bad the situation is, it could go better, but you need to remember that also it could go worse. So it only depends on your way of how you're accepting defeat, and are you capable to stand up on your feet once you fall down and keep on going. So thank you guys all for watching, and if you find this video remotely helpful, please like and subscribe, and see you people next time. Bye.